Danny and Nia say that they are living answered prayers and that their life is everything that they've ever dreamed of. Danny seems incapable of speaking of marriage outside of gendered terms, but according to him, women and men each want one thing from marriage. Women want love and men want respect. In my opinion, his distinction between those two different things and what I think he thinks that looks like is a reflection of how sexist, misogynistic he is and how much he does not respect women, including his wife. And for anybody who says, leave them alone or why do you care? I care because I have to live on the same planet as them. And I believe that they put beliefs out there that oppress me and many other women and take away women's rights and women's freedoms and women's ability to choose to, for example, not have children. Another thing that they say, or Danny says, is that respect should be unconditional. I personally believe that respect should not be unconditional. If respect means letting someone do whatever they feel like without you speaking up about it, if someone is disrespecting me, of course, sometimes I can't do anything because it's at work or an environment where it's either not worth it to say something, I can remove myself, or I don't have the power to speak up without being put at risk in my source of employment. But beyond that, I think that you definitely do not have to continue to bow down to someone who is disrespecting you. And I think the most recent episode of The Valley, with Danny being belligerent again, refusing to listen to what Nia's requesting of him, even though I think she thinks she's helping him, whether or not that's the case, him saying on the bus, screaming at her, stop digging your nails into me. No matter what it is, he constantly critiques her. She is not allowed to do what she wants. When she starts to try to have fun, that is an issue for him. And he feels that it is completely acceptable to micromanage every component of her behavior. And when she does anything other than completely takes it, we've seen this season, accuses him of screaming at him, not supporting him, throwing him under the bus. He's saying happy wife, happy life, this thing that we hear certain men repeat. But every time Nia tries to express, for example, they were talking about the night before that she had to be breastfeeding the baby almost all night long, and they're twins. One of them calls out for the other twin, and the other twin doesn't respond. So that's another thing they have to intervene with. But Danny was pretending that he just goes along with her, but he never, ever does. From what I've seen, I've never seen him actually just full stop. You're right, Nia, you are doing more than me as the one that is breastfeeding the children and as the one who has physically birthed them. He needs to say, for example, she needs to press snooze more in the morning, and he's saying that that actually affected his sleep, and he only had 2 hours of sleep and she actually got 3 to 4 hours of sleep. He doesn't seem to grasp why she might need to snooze a bit, and he has to rub in her face every tiny detail to show that he is actually doing more, and they seem in constant competition. She's letting Danny know that she wants more date nights or one-on-one time with him, connection. That's what I hear her asking for over and over again. And she mentions that someone they're friends, couple they're friends with, that have a baby, that they have been doing 2 date nights a week, and that they do leave their baby for a couple hours at a time. Since Danny's competitive, the fact that they have 4 kids is going to again come up again and again into why they can't do it. Danny uses humor, but I think there's something beneath the surface. He says, well, we love our kids more than they do. He needs to always make a little dig anytime she's saying, hey, this is actually what I would like to see. Well, this is why it can't happen, or this is, and it always is actually because they're somehow better, and that's why the thing she's asking for cannot happen.